Going here today, bring a brand new video. Today I'm gonna be talking about how to get better at Pokemon. Really. So for like a quick comparisons, I feel like some people who like watch my content might be like into my Nuzlocke and shit. And like, thing is, um, Nuzlocking and playing competitive Pokemon are two very different things. When we start off, I've Nuzlocked in Rokaizo, so if you're a Nuzlocker, you know that's really fucking hard. Um, if you play competitive Pokemon, then I've gone on top of the ladder multiple times, and especially in Ubers, anything goes. I was really good in those formats. Um, I'm pretty good in like the offensive formats where one read can just win you the game, and I'm really good at making those reads. So basically, I'm here to show you guys like these games like take different skill sets and how to get better at Pokemon in general. So basically, in Nuzlocking, there's like a lot of patience. Like patience is a virtue in that, but also like you have to play. You have just like a plan really, and like you have to understand how the AI works. You basically know what the AI is gonna do 95% of the time, and basically you're just minimizing risks and trying to play safe gameplay as possible and trying to find ways to cheese the AI, blah blah blah, shit like that. Competitive Pokemon is way different. Okay, you don't know what your opponent's gonna do. There's usually you know what they're gonna do. Like they're probably gonna make the like safe play like around 60% of the time. Even like the thing is like even if you're the better player, obviously you still will only win like 60 to 70% of the time or some shit. You know, like RNG is a really big factor. Like for example, you guys know blunders in chess. You know, like if you play a move that's really fucking bad, that basically loses you so much momentum, and you just pretty much lost the game because you made that one shit fucking move. Basically, RNG in Pokemon is like that, except if your opponent gets lucky, you get blundered because which is kind of like a shit mechanic, you know, like art. Like why? How come like I missed three Hydro Pumps in a row or some shit, or my opponent just got like quadruple crits, like four crits in like 8 turns or something? Like how come I just lost because of that? Like that's just something that happens in Pokemon. You gotta deal with it really. Which is why like Pokemon is not the greatest competitive game. I'm gonna be honest. Uh, but there's still a lot of creativity to it. Like I feel like a lot of people are like, "Oh, Pokemon, people just use the same shit." Blah 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 blah. Which I guess the team. It's looking at the teams. It doesn't. I'm not making a good case for myself. Maybe if I go to one of these Gen 8 replays. Um, so like the thing is like in Pokemon, there's always like a meta, you know. So like you will still people use mostly the same stuff. In recent metas, a lot of different stuff has been like Gen 6, 7, and 8 OU. The metas have been like very diverse. There's a lot of shit that's being used. Um, but yeah, 5 and earlier, I guess you can definitely make that case. Especially like Gens 1 and 2 are definitely not really creative. Gen 1's especially. Um, but yeah, basically there's a meta and you just have to like know how the meta works. You have to know, okay, if I have this mon against this mon, then all the possibilities is that I can just attack with this move, or I can just use this move to if I read this switch into this mon, but he can also switch into this other mon. So basically, he has two switch-ins, and I kind of just have to get if he does the second switch in, I should probably just switch to this mon that counts his mon, or if he brings in this mon and I read wrong, then I can still make a double play here. But if he reads that too, then I'm fucked. Blah 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 blah. You get the point. You have to understand how everything works really, and it's like a giant intricate flowchart that's just like there, you know, that you have to know from playing over and over and learning like how the shit works, you know. I guess people could tell you like what scenarios are possible and you could memorize that shit, but like it's probably better to just experience it because it's that way it's like muscle memory to you. Um, so I have Gen 5 replays here. The reason why I'm showing you guys Gen 5 replays is this is Gen 5 OU is known as a pretty chaotic format. I personally love playing it for that reason. Um, there's like there's times where like you can make just like small reads that just win you the whole fucking game. And I'm playing against my friend here. His name is Ty, so I'm gonna call him Ty. I if I try to call him by his fucking in-game name, I'm gonna that's too many syllables for me, and I'm gonna end up calling him Ty by accident at least once, and I don't want to redo the video, so I'm calling him Ty. Anyways, so I have three replays to show you guys. He's not. He's a really good. player, but he has like very minimal experience in Gen 5 OU. So off the bat, as you can see, he's using like very much sand teams because I told him sand teams are the best. He's got Keldeo sand team, which is kind of interesting. That's like an old team really. Um, so if you really like distinguish like what the leads are, this kind of looks like Choice Scarf Lando. So he could lead that. He could lead Keldeo, or he could lead Latios or T-Tar. He's not leading these two. These are like his two utility mons. Um, so I go Keldeo, reading the T-Tar, and I'm like, okay, good read off the bat. He read me off the bat. So I go for the safe Ferrothorn switch because basically in Pokemon there's like a lot of standard plays, like plays that are very safe most of the time. Um, so because of that, people tend to do safe plays like most of the time. Like every good player will do a safe play most of the time. But then there will be times where they randomly just throw in the risks or the oddball, the oddball play, and you kind of have to do that because if you only do safe plays, then you're very easy to read, and there's no way you're going to be the good player because they can just because then basically at that point, they can just do the risks knowing that you'll always do the safe play, and because of that, okay, I know he's gonna do the safe play. I'm just gonna throw in this risk because he's not thinking that far ahead. He doesn't have the layer two established yet. Because there's like a bunch of mind games and like layers to this shit. Um, so he doubles to Excadrill. That's a very oh wait no, he tricks me. He tricks me. Okay, so he tricks me reading that I wasn't gonna stay in. Which makes sense to be honest because like why would someone stay Keldeo in on Latios? Like that's like a layer three play and like layer three or four play to do. And if I did stay in, I most of the time I would fucking die. And if I just give away my Keldeo off turn one, then that's basically the chess equivalent of a blunder. Um, so he tricks me. That's fine to be honest. Ferrothorn in this matchup kinda just doesn't really do his shit. I'm usually just gonna spam spikes or some shit, so it's fine. I'm not gonna be playing very defensively because raid teams tend to play more offensively, especially against sand teams. I'm just gonna be trying to keep up the pressure, so that's probably fine. I go Politoed here, knowing that he isn't gonna stay in against Ferrothorn. So I kind of expected him to go to his own Ferrothorn here, but I guess the thing that he thought I was gonna stay in and just spam spikes, so he switched to Exca because Exca's really fucking good against Ferrothorn. So that does make sense, I guess, the play that he made, but like at the same time, I'm gonna be playing more offensively, and I feel like he doesn't understand the mindset that I have. So I do this. I fire off a free Scald because in case you guys haven't played Gen 5 OU, there's a lot of Scald because it's a 30% chance to burn. So if people just spam Scald, there's a good chance they can just burn your whole team. There you go. There's the burn. So now that Ferrothorn is burned, so if you know Gen 5 OU, if you play Gen 5 OU, you know what I'm gonna do next. I'm gonna switch to Tentacruel because Tentacruel has Rain Dish plus Black Sludge plus Substitute. So when Tentacruel gets burnt, he cannot kill Oko the substitute. So because of that, I can stall on Ferrothorn, and he doesn't know that, and he does. I don't even think he knows about the substitute set. Like, so he's like, oh shit, I just tried to knock out his Black Sludge, and what the fuck is this? So he gets rid of. He understands that like how the rain dish works though, so he does switch to T-Tar. I rapid spin the spikes off for free real quick, and then I go for my free Scald here. So this is where the plays get interesting, right? I substitute again, expecting him not to let me get a Scald off again, but he's just like he's expecting me to switch, so he pursues. So I'm like, okay, fuck it. I'm going to like Tentacruel die here and Scald his T-Tar down. So the reason why I do this play is because Sand versus Rain, um, obviously weather is really important. So if you chip down his weather mon, then he's kind of fucked, you know. Um, so the fact that he like actually let Stadium T-Tar was mind blowing to me. I thought that's why I did the sub again. I thought, to be honest, that sub isn't even a good play. Usually he just switches to Latios there. What you should do in those scenarios is you should just switch to Latios. The fact that he doesn't know that, like, obviously shows that he's not too experienced with Gen 5 OU. But yeah, next time in that situation, you should just switch to Latios and like fire off Side Shock, and then even if I bring him through Ferrothorn, it's probably fine. Because then you could just switch to Excadrill. So yeah, I sack Tentacruel here. Although he would be pretty useful for like for substitute stuff when I get rain up. The fact is I want to keep the rain up anyways, so I'm just gonna damage. I'm just gonna let him die so to chip down his T-Tar. I bring in Polito here to get the weather, and then I double switch to Thunderous because there's no way he's gonna fucking stay in, right? So who's he going to switch on Polito? Probably Ferrothorn, right? Yeah, Ferrothorn. See, especially since now that Tentacruel is dead, he's like his Ferrothorn's much stronger now. Um, I try to go. I go for the Focus Blast. I miss. Leech Seed isn't that bad, but I'm still gonna switch. I get the free knockoff here. I'm locked in. Okay, I'm locked in, so I do switch. Let's see this real quick. So I knock off. I'm locked in, and right here, I think he's gonna. I thought he was gonna Earthquake, but that's actually a pretty clever play to go T-Tar in. Now that he knows I'm locked into knockoff. This is still fine though, because I can just switch to Polito because there's no way he's going to stay in. He wants to keep weather control. I'm going to Toxic the Latios real quick, which is actually a good play for me because now I can just now that Draco he's weakened from Draco, I can just switch to Keldeo and keep up the pressure. I HP Ice reading the Latios switch in um because there's literally nothing else that he could switch into except maybe Ferrothorn, but Ferrothorn he would probably it's pretty risky. So now that I've chipped down Latios, his main pressure mon, I know that I can just fucking go ham with Mamoswine because the mindset here was that okay, I'm locked into HP Ice. He's probably gonna switch to like fucking I thought Ferrothorn or like Excadrill or something. And both those mons, I do outspeed. Excadrill is not max speed in Gen 5 OU. It's adamant and has like a bunch of HP. It's meant to fight Ferrothorn basically. It's like Sandforce and shit like that. So I just switched into Mamoswine reading one of those two switches because he's playing way too fucking safe in standard right now. Which is not well, like I said, you don't do that, or else you let me do these risky plays like switching a Mamoswine and shit like that against Latios. Um, so then I go for the sub. He doesn't know that it's a subset. I think he probably thought I was like choice band or something. So you see, he's not familiar with the meta. He doesn't know that ranked teams sometimes just use a shit ton of substitute mons. I could even use substitute on Keldeo if I wanted to. So I earthquake that shit. He power whips. I earthquake again because I didn't want to risk the missed chance of Icicle Crash. He switches to Lando anyways. Gets his U-turn. Gets his sand up. I just killed the T-Tar straight up. I think he was. I knew. Okay, I knew he pursued it there. He 100% clicked pursuit there, expecting me to switch. So I just fucking scalded. There's no reason for me not to scald there though, because like the worst thing that happens really is he brings in Keldeo or Latios, and then I just sack like Ferrothorn or something. So yeah, there's the brings in Latios. I just bring in Ferrothorn. He didn't bring in Keldeo, so I don't sack. I got rocks, and like as you guys can see, it doesn't really matter that Ferrothorn got It doesn't really matter that Ferrothorn got choice spec tricked. I protect for the free HP, and then I switch to Thunderous. Excadrill does not hurt Thunderous at all, so I can set up my free agility here. I like agility more than substitute. I know people like substitute more, but I like agility because then you can just straight up kill their whole fucking team. When you get the conditions right. So this is where the conditions are right. I can kill his whole team. I do miss a few focus blasts. There we go. Latios comes in, doesn't matter. Keldeo comes in, doesn't matter. Thunders comes in, doesn't matter. See, like that's the power of agility. So like my win condition there was I just have to weaken his team, and then Thunder I need to have rain up, and then Thunders can just sweep. And I literally filled those win conditions. He's not familiar with the format, so he probably didn't know this was gonna happen, and such. So this is just unfortunate for him. The fact that he let T-Tar get chipped down there by like the Tentacruel was just such a bad play that kind of cost him the game. He should just switch to Latios, but he doesn't know the format very well, so that just sucks. So heading into the next game, I go Tentacruel. He goes Rotom. I get my Toxic off. He gets his Volt Switch off. He doesn't know that Tentacruel is very bulky here. I go Scizor, standard switch against Latios, and boom. Choice Band Pursuit. He did not know about this. He didn't. He straight up told me, "Oh shit, Scizor knows Pursuit," and because of that, he blundered. He didn't know, oh, that Scizor could learn Pursuit. To be fair, most Scizors don't run Pursuit. They're usually like Swords Dance, Leftovers, or Iron Plate, Roost kind of set. So he gets his rocks. I go to. He gets his rocks. I go to Keldeo. I just go for the damage, okay? Because the thing is, like, here's the thing. Even if he kills me, I'm still an advantage because I have momentum. That's the thing about Gen 5 OUs. Like the time I sacked Tentacruel to get chip damage on Tyranitar, the fact that I'm sacking Keldeo to get chip damage on Ferrothorn, even though um, like if he went for like spikes or leech seed or something, then I just kill the Ferrothorn. You know, like why don't I just Secret Sword here? There's no point in me not doing that because then what he just goes to Lando and I just kill it, like what? So I go to Thundurus. I go for the Focus Blast. I agility here. He's Chople Berry. Every T-Tar is Focus Blast it. I get crunched. He's going for safe switches, which is fine by me because I still get a lot of chip damage. And he's basically just trying to chip me down. Yeah, I land a Thunder. Hydro Pump kills me. But look at his team. Look at his team. Look at his team. Look at his team. Like only Xca's full, and like a lot of my team outspeeds Xca. Like look at the rest of it. Like 12 and poison, 40%, half HP, half HP. You know. So he's up in Mons, but like who's the real winner here? Because now I get Rain up, and I'm faster, so I just kill, and he doesn't know that. He doesn't know I'm faster. Uh, Tentacle versus Ferrothorn, not a good matchup for when I'm not when he's not burnt. So I just decide, you know what? I'm not giving him momentum. I'm just gonna rapid spin the fucking hazards off, and then I'm just gonna let it die so I can keep momentum. And then he doesn't know that Choice Band Scizor runs superpower. Even against Lando, he would still would have taken a shit ton of damage because Lando was 56 HP. Like this is the good thing. Like as long as I have the chip damage, it's fine. I'm still in the I have these full fucking mons. It's fine because I have the chip damage. You know that's the thing he doesn't understand. And then he goes for Stealth Rock here, kind of a weird play. I think most people just would click Earthquake there. Um, but even though he clicked Earthquake, like dude, he still wouldn't have done too much. And this is the problem. He was reading Draco Meteor. Cause I will tell you guys something. This is special Garchomp, and I think it's in this replay that I showed that it was special Garchomp. Yeah. So he goes Lando here. I read the HP Ice. Gen 7 Tech. Scald. I don't care. I switch Lando in on EQ. That's fine. Like, look at how much damage that does. Oh wait, it's not. It's not special. My bad. No, never mind. It's only special in here. I do Outrage. Look at how much damage that is. Look at how much damage that is. 57, dude. So now he's in Bullet Punch kill range. Like that's the thing. I could just spam Bullet Punch and like my Politoed can kill the Exca. Like in the end, there's no way he wins because that's my win condition. I can just kill his whole team if I chip it down, and that's exactly what happened. Because ever since he blundered the Latios, uh, I could just fucking play that way. It's like a guaranteed win almost. Next is a team that like he definitely wasn't expected for. This is the non drag the drag mag without the mag. Uh, Inspired from Dragno Mag. I took this team from him. He runs the Kustop, Skarmory bullshit. Go Scizor here, get my free U-turn. Kyurem here, get my substitute. He doesn't know about the sub Kyurem for sure. He was expecting to sack his shit. He has his own Kustop Skarm, which I was surprised about. Um, Alakazam, that's a bad play. That's a bad play. You should go Latios there because Alakazam, you're susceptible to more switches. Um, Latios, you just have to worry about Scizor, right? So Alakazam is more of like a late game revenge killer. Haha, I just kill everybody on your team when I've chipped down your whole team. That's Alakazam. You don't bring in Alakazam this early. So because of that, he switches to T-Tar here. I'm reading a Shadow Ball. I just go for the safe switch to Scizor and it works out. I don't know why he switches to T-Tar there. Uh, so he switches back to Lando. I get free U-turn again. And then I fire off Surf because, like, why not? Why not? You know, you're not bringing Jellicent in on Draco. You're getting hit by Surf. Then I read the Jellicent play. Like, here's the thing: you don't just keep going for safe plays. Like, this is the problem. If you just play safe the entire time, like, I get the fact that he doesn't understand the game that much because he never plays Gen 5 OU. You know, he's more of a he's starting like Gen 6 and he just plays like, yeah, he only knows Gen 6, 7, and 8 OU. But like, here's the problem: you don't only go for switch safe plays. I'm just gonna read it. I'm just gonna hard punish you for it. Like look at that. And now like he was expecting substitute or something. He fired off a shadow ball or something. I just fusion balled him. You know, like there's the Alakazam revenge kill. I just go for the free bullet punch because bullet punch will do more than against Lando. I just wanted to fire off bullet punches. I like his whole team gets hit by bullet punch really hard, so I just did bullet punch instead of U-turn there. Um, Latios, I will just Dragon Pulse because everything dies. Like I can just spam Dragon Pulse now. Like it's the same situation, you know. I just chip down your team, and then I can just spam. I can just fucking spam that shit, you know. Like I've lost count how many games I've won with Scarf Latios where I just spam Dragon Pulse after weakening their team. Like that's the thing. Um, I got so much damage and like I just got so much off of reading the safe plays. This is why you don't make safe plays. Like if you play poker, if you play fighting games, you know that yes, you should play safe most of the time, but in the end, if you throwing in a you have to throw in a risk here and there, or else you're too easy to read and you're just not gonna get win as many scenarios. And this is exactly the same thing. Like so, like that's how you get better at Pokemon, I guess. Like you have to understand the meta. You have to understand how shit works. You know, like I knew like which you have to I knew which situations I was in. You have to understand the situation that you're always in, no matter what. And then after that, you have to think about your win conditions. You know, you have to think about okay, it's fine to let mons die. You know, this isn't a Nuzlocke. You can let shit die for a greater purpose. And you if you know they're gonna make a safe play, you can throw in risks against them. You know, like the only time you usually play mostly safe is or almost entirely safe is like low ladder. That's like it. You know, you have to throw in risks here and there. You have to throw in the reads, and if you don't do that, then you're just gonna get fucked by people who do make the reads. But better players than you, good players, will do that against you, like I did against Ty here. Like that's just how you play the fucking game. So you have to understand the meta. You have to, yeah, blah blah blah, all that shit. That's how you become a good Pokemon player. You know your win conditions. Know what situations you're in. Have a whole plan in your head. You know, to get have a whole plan to get to your win condition. All of that shit. Sometimes the win conditions will be late game. Like you won't be able to realize what it is until later on. Sometimes you can figure out pretty early. Like when I got the pursuit on the Latios and realized, oh shit, I can just fucking sweep him. Uh, I could just keep playing offensively and I can just chip him down. Uh, with like Scizor and shit like that. As long as I just play offensively a bit more. Don't let them get free picks. All good. Stuff like that. Like you just gotta know how to play. You gotta know how to punish the safe options. You have to know how to know like okay if he makes a risk here, how to punish that. Blah 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 blah. All that stuff. There's a lot to take in. That's like the basic, very basic summary, which I to some people may not be very basic. A lot of beginners obviously it's not very basic, but in the end, yeah, that's the most basic I could keep it to. Um, there's a lot. There's a lot to playing Pokemon competitively, and there's just a lot of RNG to it too. You know, like the time I burnt the Ferrothorn with Scald. That's just tough. You know, like then Tentacruel can just stay in on him. You know, like it's 30% chance. That's very good. You know, that's a very good percentage. So because that, you just have to watch out really. Um, that's just how the game works. So I hope you guys enjoy. Um, let's go ahead and sing out. Peace.